The satisfying downfall of OnlyJayus. Why I hate OnlyJayus. I rarely say I hate anyone, but if I could pay to give her a good slap, I wouldn't hesitate. I was just scrolling through my For You page when her name popped up, and honestly, the anger started building. OnlyJayus has become one of the most hated creators on TikTok, and she's absolutely earned it. Over the past few years, she's been a walking controversy, continuously chipping away at her online persona, and now the only ones left talking about her are the people who can't stand her. In this video, we're diving into the satisfying downfall of OnlyJayus, how a mix of racism, blatant plagiarism, and extreme reactions transformed her from a rising star into the internet's favorite punching bag. Buckle up! From 100K to 1M OnlyJayus first made her debut on TikTok back in 2018. At that time, she was just another Best Buy employee, recording videos while still wearing her uniform. When the company found out, they were less than thrilled, and that led to her getting fired. Little did they know, this would be the moment that launched her social media career. With her newfound free time, Isabella poured herself into creating content. She began posting fun fact videos and life hacks, which quickly went viral. The success was staggering. She shot from around 100,000 followers in September of 2019 to a whopping 1 million by October of the same year. Her TikTok was blowing up, and she didn't stop there. She started a YouTube channel in October 2019, uploading her first video titled, "God Isn't Real, Why Does He Exist?" The world was hooked. Her YouTube channel also saw rapid growth as she uploaded everything from vlogs to deep dives into topics like the meaning of life, where are the aliens, and hypnosis is real. The videos were thoughtful, entertaining, and had an intellectual flair that drew in a large audience. One fan even commented, "Please don't stop making these videos. They're so interesting. I love them." But unbeknownst to her followers, these videos were hiding a massive secret, one that would later play a major role in her downfall. But let's put a pin in that for now. As her career soared, Isabella began posting her TikTok on YouTube Shorts after the platform's launch in July 2021, directing even more traffic to her main content. On top of that, she was offered a podcast deal with Netflix in March 2020. It seemed like there was nothing that could stop her from rising to the top. To top it all off, she even snagged a sponsorship from Tinder. If anyone had the dream influencer lifestyle, it was OnlyJayus. But as quickly as she gained it all started to fall apart. Dramatic reputation collapse. Fast forward to today, and her career is hanging by a thread. Her TikTok account struggles to break 100,000 views, despite boasting a massive 18 million followers. Her YouTube videos are receiving abysmal like-to-dislike ratios. And there's even a petition to get her banned from TikTok, currently sitting at over 447,000 signatures. What went wrong? How did a TikTok star known for harmless life hacks and deep dives into fascinating topics become the most hated creator on the platform? Shocking racism controversy. As I mentioned earlier, OnlyJayus has been a controversy magnet for years, and the first major scandal to hit her was nothing short of shocking. In February 2021, a TikToker named Freak the Gemini posted a video revealing racist messages Isabella had sent back in 2016. These messages were jaw-dropping, some of the most disgusting, hateful things you could imagine. Here's a brief excerpt from one of the texts. "You told yourself to grow up. Oh yeah, totally going to high school, college classes, work, and working 7 to 8+ hours on YouTube is so not hard. But grow up, let your damn balls drop before you start talking, expletive, to pop on the internet, you bottomless pit of insecurity. Again, autocorrect, you dumb, expletive. And yes, you're right, the abortion didn't work, which is why my parents hate me and why I've been in foster care for the past 2 years. So congrats on that, go. Expletive yourself, you piece of expletive. I honestly hope your parents get cancer. I hope everyone you love dies." As awful as those messages were, they weren't the worst part. She had also written, "I hope Trump gets shot so I get to live in a world with Clinton as president." But that still wasn't the most disturbing part of all this. These messages were allegedly directed at a white creator who was dating a black person at the time, and instead of just using the N-word with a hard R as an insult, she attacked the person for loving someone of a different race. Some would argue that this was even worse. 2016, when she was only 17, she had a chance to own up to her mistake and apologize. Instead, she issued a shallow, corporate-sounding apology that was clearly insincere. The internet saw right through it. Some fans tried to defend her, like one person who wrote, "You asked for an apology? You got an apology. Take the apology." But most people weren't buying it. One commenter said, "This is so upsetting. I want to believe she's a good person, but she just keeps digging her grave deeper and deeper." Even other creators on TikTok called her out, pointing out that her apology seemed more like a PR stunt than a genuine attempt to make things right. She did try to show she was improving by following a bunch of Black creators on TikTok. However, this came off as performative, and when she promised to collaborate with more Black creators to raise awareness of racism, she failed to deliver. One of the creators she promised to work with, Aunt Karen Zero, called her out after weeks of waiting for the promised video to drop. When Aunt Karen exposed her for breaking her promise, OnlyJayus decided to blame it all on her ADHD instead of taking responsibility. She claimed she couldn't follow through because of her condition, but it seemed like a lazy excuse, and the internet wasn't having it. But it didn't stop there. To make matters worse, it was later revealed that her apology wasn't even written by her. It was ghostwritten by a TikTok user named I'm Just Xander, who later exposed her lies in a video. Controversial allegations of plagiarism. If being called out for racism wasn't enough to drag her down, OnlyJayus' blatant plagiarism only made things worse. In 2020, she accused TikTok creator Jonathan Moss of stealing her video about the meaning of being born in a certain month. But, as Jonathan pointed out in his video, he didn't steal anything. He just used the same article that she did. This drama was small potatoes compared to what came next. After that public spat with Jonathan, her fans started to dig deeper, and they uncovered a pattern of plagiarism across her content. Her popular video essays, like the ones on YouTube, were filled with large chunks of text, copied straight from Reddit posts and other sources. One of her first videos on the platform had its entire argument lifted from a Reddit thread, but she didn't mention the Reddit post in the description, making it look like she was hiding her sources. But it didn't stop there. In her Look at Netflix video, she plagiarized 3 different articles word for word. The internet was furious. Fans couldn't believe that someone who had accused others of stealing content was doing the same thing herself. And when the truth came out, it was clear she had no problem passing off other people's work as her own. One commenter summed it up perfectly. People who only copy others are not only lazy, they have absolutely no personality. But her plagiarism wasn't limited to YouTube. Many of her TikToks were also just copied content from the internet. Fans started pointing out that she was nothing more than a prolific content thief, and they weren't wrong. Things reached a boiling point when she copied a Reddit post from the user Everyday Alex. Alex wasn't having it, and he publicly challenged her to find the Reddit post she allegedly screenshotted years ago. After a live-streamed hunt for the screenshot, she found it, but Alex later exposed how she faked the whole thing. Then came the most insane part. Alex discovered that the screenshot she claimed to have taken in 2020 had a resolution only available on an iPhone 15 Pro Max, which hadn't even been released at the time. The screenshot was a fake. TikTok's most hated star. OnlyJayus' horrible behavior, stealing content, and saying terrible things in her past have all contributed to her reputation. Yet, there are still creators on TikTok who deserve much more hate than her. So why did OnlyJayus become the internet's villain? The answer lies in one YouTube comment. The amount of time she's been exposed is a world record. OnlyJayus has been involved in so many controversies that even people who have never watched her videos know her as a content thief and a racist. Combine this with her dramatic, over-the-top reactions to being called out, and it's clear why her downfall has been so satisfying to watch. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more inspiration.